Alright, quick weekly trading check-in. I'll walk through the trades I made last week, what I'm looking to do this week, and the stocks I'm keeping on my radar. Let's get into it. Last week, I sold puts on Nvidia. I know it's getting repetitive, but I'm making money. And if you're expecting me to trade for your entertainment, sorry guys, the money is just too good. I won't lie though, there was a moment where I got a little nervous. The stock dipped, sentiment was shaky, and it felt like the market was testing me, but it worked out. I bought back the puts cheaply and locked in my profit. My view on Nvidia hasn't changed. I still think the company is cheap for what it is. The difference is the market doesn't fully agree yet. Instead of fighting that, I'm getting paid to wait. That's how you make money no matter what a stock is doing. I also bought a small amount of Tesla, which I'll talk about with the trades I'm looking to make this week. Speaking about that, let's talk about the trades I want to make this week. For this week, Nvidia is still my main focus. When you get an opportunity this good, you don't waste it. The premiums aren't as good as they were before. The stock has finally moved up a bit, but in my opinion, it hasn't gone up enough. So I'm doing what's been working, selling puts, collecting income, and staying patient. I'm also looking to buy the Bitcoin ETF, IBIT. This sell-off feels strange to me. A lot of assets are rallying, liquidity looks fine, and yet Bitcoin is still lagging. From where I'm sitting, it still looks cheap. I'm not rushing in yet, just slowly dollar cost averaging. This next one though, this is the trade I'm most excited about. Tesla. The new full self-driving updates really changed my thinking. I used to think this self-driving stuff was just a dream. Now, I'm convinced robotaxis are coming. Not someday in the distant future, but soon. Probably within the next few years. Over a 5-year window, I see a path to Tesla being an $8 trillion company. That's roughly $2,500 a share. That's massive upside. I'm not going all in, but I'm putting a meaningful portion of my portfolio into Tesla. Enough that if it shoots up, I'll make a significant amount of money. That doesn't mean I expect it to go straight up right away, but it does mean I think it's time to start accumulating shares. Any meaningful dip though, I'm a large buyer. Now let's look at the names I'm watching, but I'm not jumping into yet. We've got defense and dating. Let's start with XAR, the defense ETF. We haven't had a major war in a while. At the same time, political tension and civil unrest keep rising across the Western world. Historically, one way governments bring people together is war. I know it sounds cynical, and I'm not saying that's what will happen, but it's why I'm watching defense stocks. If I see a good deal, I want to be ready. Next up is Grindr. This stock has been crushed, but financially, it's still performing well. What I like is the revenue growth and the cash flow. What worries me is user growth. Monthly active users are slowing. If that keeps happening, then growth turns into just milking the existing customer base. That changes the story. It doesn't make it uninvestable. It just means we need to be careful about forecasting growth. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture things I'm watching. First, let's recap the jobs report from last week. At first glance, there wasn't much there, but the data is still messy. Government layoffs are finally being counted, deportations are affecting the numbers, and some data is still missing. That muddies the picture. So it's hard to say if the economy is really cooling or not. This week, what really has my attention is currencies and hard assets. Japan raised interest rates. In theory, that should strengthen the yen. Instead, the yen got weaker. That's strange. It raises a bigger question. Is the market starting to doubt whether governments can actually afford higher interest rates? Debt levels are already extreme. Rates are at 10 to 20-year highs. The market might be saying governments can't handle this without printing more money. That would explain gold. If people are losing trust in currencies, then gold's rally makes sense. What's confusing is Bitcoin. If this is really about currency distrust, then why is Bitcoin falling while gold is rallying? That disconnect is something I'm watching closely. Well, That's the plan for this week. Did you make any trades last week? Got any trades you're thinking of? Drop them in the comments. If you want to talk more about potential trades, join me on Discord. Link in the description. See you there soon. Bye.